Hi, I'm Tico Perez, your new National Commissioner. First of all, let me thank you Scoutmasters for the job you're doing. You have the most important job in scouting, and I know that you're enjoying all the rewards and benefits that come with that job. You've all heard the joke that scouting only takes 1 hour a week, but if you're viewing this DVD, you know the rest of the sentence. There is no doubt that every Scoutmaster in America spends a great deal of time, energy, and resources providing a great program for his kids. I'd like to give you an update of how we're doing nationally in the Boy Scout program, share with you some of the things we're doing exceptionally well, and ask for your help and cooperation in a few areas where we need to do a little better. In 2007, we had a 78% retention rate for our traditional membership, which is our best ever. Your kids are staying in the program. Boys are staying with us longer. High adventure programs and the Order of the Arrow are helping to keep our young men in the program through their teenage years. Improved leadership training plays a role, as well as the quest for Eagle. One interesting fact is that we have almost as many 15-year-old boys enrolled in scouting as we do 11-year-olds. In 2007, we had 51,728 young men earn the Eagle Badge, our largest Eagle class in our 98-year history. We have exceeded 50,000 Eagles for the past 4 years. That is more than 5% per year earning the rank of Eagle. Looking to the future, if you realize that in 2007, we had just under 100,000 Scouts earn their first class badge, we could have an enormous Eagle class for the centennial year of 2010. What an amazing gift that would be for our nation on our 100th anniversary. Let's turn now to where membership originates. Clearly, the Webelos to Scout transition is our premier means of recruiting new Scouts. A second-year Webelo can earn his Arrow of Light as early as 6 months after completing the 4th grade and should transition immediately into a troop. As a second-year Webelo, this young man is already well on his way to becoming a tenderfoot Scout. Boys should be allowed to join the troop of their choice, but experience shows us that boys who transition as a group tend to stay together longer and have a better scouting experience. Troops and packs within the same community are encouraged to form alliances that will remove barriers in that transition process. Here are a few suggestions that have worked across the country. Allow the Webelos Den to call itself a patrol instead of a den. Allow the Webelos to select a patrol name. Invite the Webelos patrol to meet at the location of the troop meetings. Make troop gear available to them, and if space allows, invite them to meet at the same time and place as the troop. Provide a Webelos Den chief. If they meet at the same time, a Scout can multitask between troop meeting and Webelos meeting. Offer support, teaching the outdoor skills of the Webelos requirements, and finally, make the Webelos leader feel a part of the troop. Make them welcome in the transition process. I know that we all hear about boys who have tried Cub Scouts but dropped out along the way. I think we can do a better job of making scouting available to them, too. Most boys like the things the BSA has to offer: camping, going places, and being with their friends. Boys completing the 5th grade and those in the 6th grade are our primary target market. Most boys are pretty concrete thinkers. They need to see and touch outdoor gear: backpacks, tents, canoes. Archery, rifle, and shotgun and fishing are all high on the list of many boys. They're fascinated by being taught a skill, such as starting a fire. These boys do not perceive receiving a flyer at school as a real invitation to join scouting. Most boys join a troop because a friend invited them to join. The first class requirement that a Scout must invite a friend to a Scout activity and tell them how they can join can be an effective way for troop leaders to focus attention on reaching out to new prospective Scouts. Some troops offer other incentives to reward their members who recruit new Scouts, and the National Council will continue the Centennial Recruiter Patch program at no cost to local councils. Troop open houses and rallies have proven quite effective in locations where youth gather. Get prospective boys to fill out a high adventure survey. If they indicate an interest in joining, make the follow-up call to their parents. Our studies show that mom has a lot of influence in the decisions made by their 11 and 12-year-old children. Some boys who have not been Scouts think it's not cool to be a Scout, but they think it's great to be an Eagle Scout. They understand what it means to be an Eagle Scout, and they respond to, "You have what it takes to be an Eagle Scout." Boys are risk takers and like things that appear to be challenging. We must offer activities that appear adventurous, but offer them in a safe way. Will Rogers once said, "The only thing wrong with the Boy Scouts is that there are just not enough of them." And I totally agree with him. I would like to see us become more aggressive in bolstering the size of our troops. I would like you to add a patrol this year. More boys will bring a stronger leadership pool, more adults, and more resources from the community. As a Scoutmaster, you can be a force in making scouting available to more youth in your community. Please don't hesitate to share this message with your troop committee and your assistant Scoutmasters. If your troop committee doesn't have someone responsible for membership, I'd strongly encourage you to appoint someone to do this important job. We are a membership organization. I joined Scouting at age 13 because kids in the neighborhood asked me to join, and I've been a Scout ever since. We are missing a lot of boys in America who really need our Scouting program. Now, you may be thinking that National is only interested in numbers, but I can assure you nothing can be further from the truth. Keep in mind that each of those numbers is a boy whose life can be changed or redirected by Scouting. After all, it worked for me. As we begin preparations for our 100th anniversary in 2010, we have a message for our nation, and our message is clear. Just as Scouts and Scouters have led our nation over the last 98 years, today's kids and the leaders that they will become are an integral part of the future of our nation. Thank you so much for the work you're doing for the youth of America.